We are live.
All right,
You ready?
I am ready. Yeah.
Okay. Testing. Okay, great. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Gaming with the Bros Cast, episode 148. My name is Harrison. I am joined by my brother Nick. As always, I have not forgotten the intro after taking a week and some change off. But Nick, how are you doing, buddy?
I'm great, man. Good to be back.
Yeah.
I know for our loyal listeners, they had 2 episodes last week,
Yes.
but we haven't done one in a while.
Yeah.
So it's good to be back.
Yeah, if you have not listened to the spoiler cast for A Plague Tale, Requiem, and Xenoblade Chronicles 3, go listen to it. They're like 15, 20 minutes a piece. And yeah, it's just
Short and sweet.
Yeah, good story stuff. Good story stuff to talk about. We'll probably do one for God of War at some point.
Yeah, I think we have to.
Yeah, because
At this point.
Yeah.
I've hit some points in the story that I really want to talk about.
I have finished the story, so.
Oh, you finished?
I finished it today.
Oh God.
So.
Okay, if I'm like right before the point of no return, how much time do I have left?
Maybe like an hour, maybe. It's very short. Like
really?
once it tells you, hey, you need to finish up stuff, you get like an hour.
Okay. Is it the point I'm thinking of, like right before you go to sleep?
Yes.
I'm trying to be as vague as possible. Okay.
Yes.
So I'm there. Okay, so I have like an hour left. All right.
Hour, and then there's like 2 epilogues.
Nice. Okay.
You probably like 2 hours, maybe.
Just with all the cutscenes.
Yeah. About 2 hours or less.
All right. So I'll probably finish up tomorrow or Wednesday.
Yeah,
I'm excited.
But before we dive into God of War, 'cause that's pretty much all I've been playing. Nick, how was I kind of know how your week was for the most part, but how was your week outside of or coming? Well, I could just talk about your week, man. How was it?
It's kind of a crazy week because like we obviously went up to the mountains. We went up to Boone to spend some time with the family. You know, got our live Christmas tree and brought it home and all that stuff. And then Thanksgiving Day we went to Charlotte right after lunch with our family.
Yeah.
And we had dinner with Alicia's family, and that was really fun. But like, I was just so full, dude. I was so full by the end of the night. I was like regurgitating food in my mouth. It was pretty gross. But it was nice though, because like our family is mostly casseroles.
Yeah.
And Alicia's family doesn't have any casseroles. It's like, you know, like kind of like your standard like Thanksgiving food, like green beans, corn, mashed potatoes, turkey. I'm like just not realizing that our Thanksgiving is kind of different. Like ours is like, oh, it's all casseroles.
Yeah.
And ham and turkey. And like when I tell people that, they're like, oh, there's no like, you don't have just like green beans or corn, mashed potatoes, anything like that. I'm like, no, we just just a bunch of casseroles.
See, that to me that is like Thanksgiving, because I can eat corn and green beans like any other day of the year, but like I never want like green bean casserole any other day of the year except for like Thanksgiving. Like that's like a staple. So I don't know.
I would never crave that.
Yeah.
Like the only time I would want it is Thanksgiving.
Yeah. That's the only time I ever need it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, and then we came back to the house Friday with the tree. We got back at like 10:30, and I was pretty dedicated to getting the tree up when we got back.
Yeah.
And what I didn't realize is I have this like saw, like a miter saw, and like it's like a miter box, but it has like a saw with it. Apparently that saw is not good enough. So I tried to saw off like the trunk of the tree to get like a clean cut.
Yeah.
To put it in the tree stand. It took me 45 minutes to get it all sawed off.
It's fun you say that, because I got really, really frustrated because right when Dad brought the tree over, I like got to work to it, and I don't have like my chainsaw that I had broke, and I was gonna use like a sawzall, which is normally fine. Like typically you
Yeah.
don't cut like branches with a sawzall, but I was like, it's wood, whatever. Like I can cut through like pretty much anything with this thing. No, because it was alive, or still alive. It was very hard to cut through, and and it's my fault too. Like the batteries I haven't charged them like in like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, so like they were on the verge of dying anyways. So I went through
Yeah.
like two batteries and was just like, screw this, and I went and got um like a little saw and tried hacking
Like
away
a
at it.
handsaw.
And I was able to get it because with the saws I was able to get most of it down. But ended up finishing off with a handsaw, and even that took me like 15 minutes. And I was like, no, this is just horrible. This is horrible.
Yeah, dude. It was. I was like sweating. It was like 11:15 by the time we finished, and then, of course, like the tree stand was new, so we had to turn
Yeah.
all of the little dials in, and we had to like create holes almost to put them through.
Yep.
And that took another 30 minutes. And then like, of course, like the tree's crooked. It's
Yeah.
it's not standing up straight. I'm like, I can't keep looking at this tree if it's gonna be crooked. So then
Yeah.
we fixed it, and now it's great. Now it looks awesome, and we've like decorated it and everything. But damn, I get it. I get why people do the artificial tree.
No,
'Cause
I
we
yeah.
put another one up, and it took 5 minutes,
Yeah.
and it had lights on it.
Yeah. Brittany spent like 2 hours Friday putting lights on, and we didn't have enough. She wanted more, and then she spent
Mhm.
like 3 hours putting lights up on Saturday, and like hated it. I guess she just didn't line it the way she wanted it, and then she took them down, and then she just restarted on Sunday, and I was like, whatever. This is all you. Like, it looks good. It looks good. It's always worth it in the end, but man, is it a pain sometimes.
Yeah, it looks great. It really does, but yeah, something about finishing up a tree at 1 a.m.
Yeah.
gives you a certain feeling. I don't know,
Yeah.
but it was fun. Like it's super fun. Had a great time decorating and like putting out our tree village, or not tree village, our Christmas village.
Okay.
So good time. I'm afraid like some of the Christmas villages are so old. Like some of those like light bulbs and plugs are so old. I'm afraid I'm gonna like set the house on fire.
Yeah, they're
because
old.
I had to like shove it into the outlet because I don't know, like it's just
Gosh.
something's wrong with it, man. I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe at some point you just don't even turn them on. You just
Just leave it off.
leave it up just for decoration, I guess. That's
Yeah.
fine.
But how's the rest of your weekend? How you doing?
It was good. I got back and Dad dropped off the tree, and I said, "All right, well, I'm gonna go do some Black Friday shopping. I always like to venture out into the nonsense.
Where do you go? You go to Best
Because
Buy?
I hate myself. No, I started at Walmart, which I don't know. Like I don't think I've been out Black Friday shopping since like probably pre-COVID. Like the deals kind of suck, man. Like how we used to be able to walk to and there'd be like video game, like they didn't have like a game
Mhm.
section out anymore. Like they were all just behind the glass case, and they had little stickers on them.
Ugh, that sucks.
But I didn't even see like where the stickers, like what the prices were for the stickers. So I was like, you know what? I'm not even gonna bother
It's
with
not
it.
worth it.
Yeah.
Just do it online.
And Brittany was like, just grab. She's like, we need some more like hand towels and like washcloths. So I ended up just getting that because they were on sale for like $6. So that's all I got at Walmart. And then I was like, all right, well, I'm gonna continue to hate myself. So I went to Target, and
Nice.
Target was actually like worse. Not deal wise, but like it was just a lot more crowded, which is kind of crazy. But again, I didn't really see anything that I particularly wanted for myself. Toys, like I just figured I'd just get them on Amazon and stuff like that. So, I think I ended up buying like a new Uno game and something else. I think I got something for Kellen, for Christmas. I got him like a tech deck thing set.
Ah,
Yeah, he's into that
like
now.
what would you get? Like a ramp? Like a half pipe?
No, it's a build your own, like it comes with like pre-concrete mixture, like if you can call it that, and you add water to it, and it comes with like a
Like a molding.
like a mold, and you mold out like the ramp.
That is sick.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Oh my gosh, I love Tech Deck.
So I got him that, and that was really all
Mhm.
I got. And after that, came home, made some burgers. I was ready for something, not
Not
Thanksgiving-y.
casserole.
Yeah, not casserole. Made some burgers, and yeah, it was a good weekend. Played a lot of God
Nice.
of War. God, I played so much God of War.
Yeah, I played a ton yesterday.
I played like 7 hours yesterday.
I was grinding through it, man. I don't know. I've been like, well, should we get into it? Should we get into God of
Yeah,
War?
let's dive in. Let's dive in. Do you want to talk about Uncharted?
Yeah, just real quick. I watched Uncharted yesterday. Yeah, it was yesterday. It was pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty solid. And, like I thought it was like, I don't know, a harmless, fun movie. Like if it wasn't a video game movie, like I also wouldn't have been upset that I watched it. Like
Yeah.
I thought it was a good movie, kind of by itself, not necessarily attached to that IP, but seeing all the nods to like the Uncharted games is pretty cool. Like seeing like the Naughty Dog sticker and then seeing, the actual voice actor for Nathan Drake on
Yeah.
the beach.
Yeah, that was cool. Did you catch that immediately?
Yeah, it's like, oh my god, it's him.
Yeah, that was cool.
I was like, he could have played like an older version. He could have played an older Nathan Drake, I think.
Or like
He
Sully or
looks like him,
something. I don't
obviously.
know.
Or he could have played Sully.
Yeah.
I don't know. And then yeah, it's saying, I guess, spoilers for the end of Uncharted, but seeing Sully with the mustache at the
Oh yeah,
end
that was awesome.
pretty funny.
Yeah, that was good. Yeah, I'll watch it. I'll watch
Yeah,
the sequel if they do one. I'm sure they will. I'm sure it did well
Yeah,
enough.
I think
to
it was
warrant.
casted like pretty well. Like I think, both Tom Holland and Mark Wahlberg did a pretty good job. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, it was an okay movie. It was quality for video game standard movies.
yeah, it's pretty good.
Well,
Harrison, I see Star Wars.
Yeah, Star Wars
Andor.
Star Wars Andor. Yeah, they just wrapped up. I haven't really talked about it much, but they just wrapped up their first season. I don't know if there's going to be a second season or not. I guess there could be, but it's pretty much like it's like the prequel to or prerequisite to Star Wars, a Rogue One movie that came out. It's just kind of like the events prior to like the Resistance coming up and how they kind of came into fruition and stuff like that. It's by far like the best Star Wars show out there.
Really?
Like
Even better than Mandalorian?
I love The Mandalorian, but The Mandalorian is very much Star Wars, where this is not, but in a good way. Like it's still got the stormtroopers and all that stuff, but it's very very like self-serious, very self-serious, which is a
the
nice
other
change.
shows aren't serious?
Well, I mean, like I don't know, like the Mandalorian. They still got all the puppets and stuff, and like that Star Wars like campiness to it, whatever, which I love. I love the Mandalorian, but this feels like okay, like the galaxy sucks, or like the Empire really sucks, and they're like everyone's like down and mistreated, and it just kind of goes like it's a very dark show.
They're not like sugarcoating it.
No,
basically.
not at all. No,
Yeah.
not at all. So yeah, it's really good. It's a shame because I heard that the numbers aren't super there. So it's like, I don't know. Star Wars fans are so finicky about their stuff that they like. Like, it's like they hate the prequels, but no, now we like the prequels now. The originals are always going to be great, whatever. We don't like a Rogue One story, but oh, now we like the Rogue One story. I don't know.
Who didn't like Rogue One's story?
I don't know. I've heard things. The only consensus I can see nowadays is like everyone hates the sequels, and I just recently watched all three of those, and they're terrible. So
You know what it is? It's time. That's what the factor is. 10 years from now, people are going to look back on the most recent trilogy, and they're going to be like, oh well, it wasn't too bad. And that's going to be in comparison to the next trilogy that comes out.
I don't know, man. Like people that dogged on the prequels, like I went and watched them earlier this year, and I thought they were like, aside from like the first movie where they had like just some awkward like acting, like very stale like acting. Apart from that, like I thought and they only got better from there. So I thought the prequels were very good. Plus, I mean, I went and watched like the cartoon and whatever that really kind of added on to the prequels. It made the prequels a lot better, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But I don't know, these sequels, aside from like the Force Awakens, like the first one,
Oh yeah, I didn't see the.
they're
I didn't see the
pretty
third
bad.
one, but
They're pretty bad.
I thought the second one was pretty bad. It, I don't know, just it didn't really move the plot.
There was no plot. Like I didn't believe why Kylo Ren was actually bad. Like he just was evil for no
Yeah.
reason. They totally like Cinderella. Is it Cinderella? No, not Cinderella. Mary Poppins. Uh, Princess Leia. Like obviously, like I think towards the end. Was it the beginning of? I think she passed
Yeah.
away during the filming of the second one.
Yep, and they
And there's a
Did they
scene where
CGI?
spoilers, they shoot like her airship, whatever, and she flies out into space. But because she is like force sensitive, which she's never really been mentioned like force sensitivity. I mean, there's been a little bit, but she totally like flies her way back into the cabin.
oh yeah,
And
that was super.
yeah,
dumb.
it was
That's so weird.
yeah, it was really bad. Yeah, and then the third movie was even worse than that. So yeah.
I want to watch it.
But yeah, Star Wars Andor, really, really good. Like 2 or 3 episodes are like some of my favorite episodes in like all of TV. Like there's like a heist
Wow.
episode that's really good, like an escape from this prison, which is awesome. Yeah, it's great, and it's got Andy Serkis in it. Like who doesn't like Andy Serkis?
What else is he in?
He's Gollum from like Lord of the Rings. He's
Oh shit.
Claw from Black Panther.
Oh,
Yeah, he's in a lot of stuff.
cool. Yeah, if I were to check out one Star Wars show, you think it should be this one? Because I loved
Yes.
Rogue One.
Yeah.
I thought that was like the best Star Wars movie.
Yeah, Cassian Andor, like the uh, not I can't remember the name.
The pilot.
Yeah, the pilot. Yeah, that's what it's named after, Andor.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's all of him. So it's really good, really
Nice.
solid show. I think it's like 10,
10 episodes.
10
something like that.
it might be more than 10. It might be like 10 or 11, 12, something like that. But all
Okay.
really good stuff. But yeah, Nick, let's talk God of War.
Do it. So you wrapped it up today, right? Or did you finish it yesterday?
I finished it today.
All right. So how you're coming off of it fresh.
Yeah.
How are you feeling? What are your thoughts? Comparisons to first God of War?
I think this is the best Sony game that's ever been made.
Really?
I think so. I think so. I think Spider-Man might have had it for me before. Maybe? I don't know. Maybe because it's fresh, but man, did I like this game a lot.
Really?
Yeah. And you know, it's an extension of God of War 2018. Like it's, you know, the whole time I was playing, I was like, man, this is really nothing new. But the story, the voice acting, like the grandiose adventure that they're on, it just all melds together so perfectly for me that I wanted to see what would happen next. Like I was even like just doing every side quest that came along. I thought all those little mini stories were good. Yeah, I don't know. It was just a really solid game. I thought the combat towards the end was a little long in the tooth. And it's
Yeah.
also a really long game. Like I clocked in at like 36 hours. And I did most of the main side quests. Like I didn't do like
You must have.
the Eyes of the Odin stuff, like the birds. There's a couple of other ones I didn't do, which I'll probably go back and like finish up later on this month. But yeah, it was good.
Nice. I'm trying to articulate my feelings. I'm like 25 hours in, and obviously like close to the end. So I didn't do as many side quests.
Yeah.
But you mentioned that when you started the game, it felt like more of the same, and I still haven't really lost that feeling, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, like I'm not I'm not coming away like at the end be like, oh, that was just the most different experience. You know, it's
Yeah.
you know, if yeah, it's nothing like combat wise. It's nothing really crazy new. I mean, but I don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
it's been 4 years since we played that, so I think I was ready. Now, if they were to do the same thing again, like in the third game, I don't know. They would have to switch it up. I think pretty drastically or whatever.
Pretty drastically.
But yeah,
Yeah, I don't know if this is my favorite Sony game. That might go to Last of Us Part 2
okay.
or even Uncharted 4.
Yeah, Uncharted 4 was. I need to go back and play that one. That one was really good.
Yeah.
Uncharted
Yeah,
4
so
was
like
good.
I'm at the point where like I really love the story
Yeah.
and I want to only continue the story, but like I'm just kind of like bogged down with the combat. Like it kind of feels like the same thing over and over again
Yeah.
with, minute changes, like, based off of your upgrades, your upgrade paths, your armor, like all that stuff. And maybe I'm just not exploring enough or doing enough side content, but like I don't know, like it feels like I'm going from fight to fight to fight to menial puzzle to fight.
Yeah. I mean,
And like
the side quests are
that's I
probably
mean it's
just
a game,
gonna
right?
make it worse for you then, because that's pretty much what they are for the most part. It's just
Yeah. And it almost reminds me a lot of Gears 5
yeah,
to make a weird comparison, like where
yeah, yeah,
there's like three open areas that you can do, and obviously the side quests in God of War are like a million times better than the ones in Gears 5,
oh
right?
yeah,
It's like
yeah,
it's night and day. And like that's kind of been my favorite um like my favorite stories so far is just doing like some of the like I guess you call it like the monster side quests
hmm,
where you're like freeing a monster
yeah,
or freeing like an animal or something. Like those have been some of my favorite, but I did a lot of those early on, and then I hit a point where you get out into like the kind of like a deserty area as like another side area
yeah.
near the end of the game, and that's when I kind of backed up
In
and said
Valheim,
like, okay, yeah, and that's when I
I
was like, okay, I'm gonna go through and finish the story
yeah, because
and then come back.
that's like the biggest area, like
Hmm.
kind of like side area you find. And that's
Well,
yeah,
and there's no
and
there's no
that's toward
traversal.
yeah, there's no traversal there. Yep. Um, did you? How deep did you get in there? Did you? I guess not really a spoiler. Did you fix the dam or like unleash the water?
No, there
Okay.
was a big there was a big monster that I tried to fight,
Okay.
and I was kind of getting bodied by it. So
Okay.
I was just like, okay, I'm just gonna like continue out with the story
Okay. Yeah.
and come back to it later.
I did pretty much. I think I did every side mission in that area. Um, but I did like at the end. I was like, okay, I'm kind of done with this like side stuff. I'm
Mhm.
ready to just go on and do the main story. Mainly because like I really felt I don't know what point in the game where it happened, but I felt like the side stuff really ramped up in difficulty for me, and I don't know. Like I
It
was
was
like
Valheim.
I died a lot in this game. Um,
Yeah.
like a lot, and I'm playing on the base PS4. The game pretty much ran flawlessly, which I was very surprised at. Well, not necessarily surprised because it's basically a PS4 game, but um,
Hmm.
pleasantly surprised at how well it ran. There was a couple of areas, like a couple of weird areas that there was no combat, no really movement going on, where like the game just went like dipped down into like 4 or 5 frames per second, like it was bad.
Oh,
And then
geez.
like it kind of corrected itself, and I didn't really experience it again in that certain area. Um, but yeah, I was very happy of how smooth it ran.
Hmm. Yeah. No, on the PS5, that's where I'm playing it on. No frame dips, nothing. No issues like whatsoever.
Yeah.
And like
How
yeah,
fast did it load between deaths?
like under like 5 seconds, something
Okay,
like that.
see, on the PS4, it's like 20 seconds, and that's not it's not a
That's a
long
long
time.
time.
And 20 seconds is not a long time, but when you die like 15 times
10
to a
times.
boss, yeah, it was starting to kind of get to me a little bit.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, it's super short on the PS5.
okay, I figured
Like
it
you're
was. I figured it was.
yeah. Yeah, so like I don't know. I'm definitely not as high on it as you are. Um and I don't know if that's any fault to the game itself or just like or something else, but I feel like it's dragging on a little bit too long. I wish the big story beats that just happened for me would have happened like 5 hours ago. Because there's a lot of I don't know if this is a spoiler, but you don't you don't always play as Kratos, right?
Yeah, I don't think that's a
I,
spoiler.
okay, yeah, you play as Atreus,
Yeah,
and towards like the back half of the game, it's like okay, you're gonna play an hour as Atreus, and then you're gonna play 2 hours as Kratos, and then back and forth,
yeah,
and that kind of got tiring of like okay, I just unlocked something really cool for Kratos, and now I have to play as Atreus for an hour, and
yeah,
I don't really unlock anything cool. And so it's almost like you have to play through that to get back to Kratos because I like playing as Atreus, but like it's definitely not as satisfying and not as fulfilling to
yeah.
play as him versus
It's
Kratos.
yeah. I enjoyed like the story beats of playing as Atreus for the most part, which
Mhm.
is really guided me through because like playing as Atreus is it's okay, but like it's kind of silly for him to like whack people with his bow. Like I don't
Yeah,
know, it just feels kind of weird, but it is what it
I
is.
mean there are definitely some cool moments like when he first plays Atreus and he kind of tries to be like Kratos, kind of leads to some funny moments, but yeah, I kind of like tired of those sections by the end.
Yeah.
Um, I
I
don't
don't know.
know,
I
but
was kind of like nervous when because you had played it before I played it, so you kind of mentioned like the whole talking thing, how they like would tell you what to do with the puzzles and stuff like that. And I guess my expectation was going in like as soon as I hit a puzzle, they're gonna be like,
mhm,
okay, here's how you solve it, which was not necessarily the case. Like they gave you a little bit of time, um, and like I don't know, like all the talking and like the monologue between like Mimir and Atreus and Kratos and the whole game Mimir's trying to tell him like a joke or something like that. Um, all that stuff
yeah,
is just like pretty funny. Uh, and then he eventually finds a joke that Kratos likes, whatever. Um, I don't know. Like there was one point where there was no talking for like 2 or 3 minutes, and we were just like walking down this path, and nobody was saying anything, and I was like, I kind of miss the talking. Like just I miss all the stories and just kind of um adding to the
all the
plot,
banter.
whatever, all the banter and just
Hmm.
adding to the fluff of the plot and Kratos talking about where he came from and all that good stuff. So I don't know. It just felt like I love these like adventure games where the whole game just feels like a huge adventure.
Yeah,
And obviously it helps when like it's you know a one take or whatever. There's no
one shot.
one shot, however you want to and I think the way they switch between Atreus and Kratos is pretty clever sometimes.
Yeah, they had some pretty cool moments of
Yeah.
switching
Um,
perspectives.
I will say without spoilers, the last part of the game is a little underwhelming. Um, Not necessarily story wise, but just everything that happens is a little underwhelming. And I'll be curious to what you think when you finish that part.
Because where I'm at, like my expectations are pretty high, like just with what has been built up.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I was just kind of underwhelmed with the final fight, I guess, or final area. I don't want to spoil anything, but just a little underwhelming for the name of the game, right? Ragnarok. Like you expect big things and not necessarily get them, I guess.
okay,
I mean, you get big things, but it was still like underwhelming, for me at least.
gotcha.
But yeah, I think the story pays off at the end. They obviously leave it open for more. Of course they do, right? Um, yeah, it was a solid game. Solid game.
Question for you: do you think that even with you being a father, you identified and connected with this game more than someone like me would?
Maybe, and I hear that a lot, like with specifically like kids in games. Like
Hmm.
people are always like, oh, they're so annoying. Like I can't stand. Well, I understand their actions, and I'm like, no, that's like if you have kids, like kids aren't always like the most greatest thing of all. Like they are annoying a lot of the times, and that's how I felt. In the moments, and especially in the first God of War, but even in this one where he has his moment where he wants to find his own path. And my favorite line from the game, I'm probably gonna butcher it, but when it's pretty early on, but Mimir says something like, uh, "Atreus is gonna find his own path, whether you like it or not. It's up to you if you choose to walk it with him."
Mm.
So something like that, like that's pretty cool. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I appreciate the, you know, obviously I'm not Kratos, I'm not as stern and as backseaty as he
You're
is.
just like,
So, but yes, I think having that father son adventure probably hits home a little bit more for me than it does for you, but um,
yeah,
yeah,
because I'm obviously not a parent, but it feels like they hit on that relationship, and obviously it's on a grander scale with
yeah,
it being yeah, whatever, whatever else. Um, but like they hit on those like focal points of that parent kid relationship pretty well with like your kid's gonna rebel. They're not gonna
hmm
tell you things, just like you're not gonna tell them things, and you can't fault either one of them for holding things back because why wouldn't they? You know, they're both of them are trying to look out for you. Like the kid's trying to look out for the father by keeping information privy.
yeah.
Father is trying to do the same thing, and you know
Never leads to
that's
anywhere
life.
good.
What'd you say?
I said it never leads to
Oh,
anywhere
never leads.
good when you hold
Yeah,
back information. You're trying to, but
yeah,
yeah, it's
but
it's it's I, it's a great game. I the story, the arc between Atreus kind of coming into like adulthood and just I don't know, create like just seeing create like for someone who's played God of War 1, 2, 3, and then now these last two games, like I don't know, I was tearing up at the end, man. Like just Kratos' emotions and stuff, like emotional without being emotional, and you'll
mhm.
you'll understand what I mean, at the end of the game. But um, yeah, a lot of heartfelt moments between Kratos and Atreus. It's
Yeah,
solid. It's a solid game, man. I really liked it. I knew I would like it, and I really blame, and I have to say it, I really blame PS fanboys because they are so obnoxious and they hype their games up so much that I'm like, do I even want to play this anymore? Because I went into God of War Ragnarok like with a negative perception just because of how annoying
mm.
these people are
Yeah,
on Twitter and everywhere else. Like before the games, they're this is game of the year, but not game of the year. It's got to be game of the year. Forget Elden Ring. Blah blah blah. Forget Xenoblade. It's just like no other
yeah,
gamer has that mentality. No other gamer cares about game of the year and that stuff. It's really annoying, and I think it really, obviously not sales
kind of
wise
like
because it sold really well, but it just kind of puts a damper on PlayStation products, and they're the best out there. So I don't know.
yeah. You're right. I mean, I kind of went in with more of like a skeptical mindset, right? It's like, how can you say a game is the greatest game of all time when you haven't played it yet?
Yeah,
Like that's what everyone's been saying for the past 4 months. And like were we like that with Elden Ring? Like were people like that with Elden Ring? Like it's not a console exclusive,
I
but
don't I don't I think we were just enjoying like I mean
talking
we
about
were
the
hyped for
game.
Elden Ring, but we didn't know if it was gonna be good or not, and then we played it and we're like, dude, this is incredible, and we just
Yeah.
talked for like 4 weeks about Elden Ring and how good it was. Um, and we probably said like, yeah, God, it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard for God of War to beat that, and you know, I still think it is. I don't, I'm not 100% sure what my game of the year is, but it's probably gonna be Elden Ring. I mean, let's be real. Like it's
I
that good of a
mean,
game.
it's also just like the nature of the beast, right? Where God of War is, it's an adventure game, it's a story game.
Yeah,
Everyone's gonna talk about the same moments, everyone's gonna do the same stuff.
yeah,
Where in Elden Ring, we could talk about it for 4 weeks because we went in 50 different directions.
yeah.
We did everything. We did everything we could. We looked in all these nooks and crannies. We had like unique stories to tell,
Mm-hmm.
and that's just neither one of them is better, but that's why a game like Elden Ring will hold a conversation longer than God of War
Yeah,
would, because with God of War you'd be like, oh my gosh, that ending was crazy, right? Or like that moment was crazy, and you'd be like, yeah, that was crazy, and
yeah,
that's it. But
yeah.
there's nothing wrong with that.
And like, it's always tough too because God of War's new. It's fresh. It's on our brains.
Hmm.
So that's what everyone's thinking about. You play Elden Ring right now. It came out in February. Like you'll take some time to get used to it again, the controls and stuff. So it's always weird with those things. Like especially this time of year when Game of the Year talk, because you're like, okay, well, this game is really good, but also I think I had more fun with Elden Ring, but I don't know. This game is really new, so this is what's on my mind. So
Hmm.
I don't know, it's always hard to determine. But that being
Yeah, it's
said, God of War. I think is really good. Um, I think it's right up my alley for the type of games that I like. Um,
hmm like adventure games.
yeah, adventure games that give you some freedom to explore. Because I mean, I think just about every realm you go to, there's like a certain area where you can kind of venture off. Which is
Yeah, yeah,
better for worse sometimes. I mean, sometimes you just kind of want to get through the story, but um, yeah, I think it's an excellent game.
yeah. And I was playing last night, and my wife Alicia, she made an interesting point while I was um, doing a double fight. That's all. That's all I will say about that.
Yeah,
But I was doing a double fight, and Alicia was like, "I really like the combat in this game." I was like, Why is that?" She's like, "It's just easy to understand. Like from someone who's watching it, it's easy to tell what you should be doing,
yeah,
and tell when someone messes up." And I think that's like pretty cool. Like that they kind of made God of War. They made a video game into a universal language
yeah,
where when the yellow indicator comes up on the screen, that's when you should block. When the blue one comes up, that's when you should shield bash somebody. And like when someone's doing well,
yeah,
when they're not doing well. And that is something that like Alicia didn't love watching me play Elden Ring because she didn't really know
no, it's hard to
what was
it's hard
going
to
on. There
comprehend.
wasn't really a story that's present all
Yeah,
the time. There's not dialogue. There's not any of that. So and I'm sorry for constantly comparing God of War and Elden Ring, but
everyone else
freaking
does it,
Nick Blood.
so we you
Yeah,
know we of course have to as well.
but like yeah, God of War kind of feels like a movie in that regard, where like everyone can jump in, everyone can understand it, everyone immediately understands the dynamic between Kratos and Atreus and Mimir. They all play their part. Mimir's like the uh, the exposition guy.
Yeah,
You have um, the dwarves as like the comic relief, and then you have the father and son relationship.
yeah,
Like it's like a movie, but I don't mean that as a slight to God of War, because a lot of people will say like, "Oh, you're just playing a movie." And like, no, it's like it's an experience.
yeah,
It's and for all the people who say that you watched all the cutscenes online, and because of that the story is trash, you can't you can't you can't watch cutscenes of a game without having experienced it and
Yeah.
having played it and really come to that conclusion because like in this game, like you're Kratos, you're Kratos, you're Atreus, whatever. If you're just watching it through the lens of YouTube, it's not going to have the same impact as it would.
Yeah, because
Otherwise.
you don't have your own personal experience, and
Yeah.
you know, yeah, it, it's a good game. It's a really good game. It's gonna be for sure on my top 10 list.
Oh yeah.
If not
Yeah,
top 5
definitely.
for sure. But the number one game of all time, Nick,
Dude.
Marvel Snap, baby, Marvel Snap.
Oh my god. It's so good. Oh my god.
So you played a lot more than I have. I downloaded it prior to Thanksgiving and played maybe one round. And I think I was drunk when I played it, so I just didn't. I couldn't comprehend anything going on.
Yeah.
But you said how much you loved it. So I gave it another shot, and man, it's hitting all the ticks, all the check marks. It's
like,
fast, it's snap, no pun intended. It's snappy.
Snappy.
It's Marvel. It's got a lot of but it's like, I don't know. It feels like old school Marvel, so it's like it's got a lot of like the stuff that I have no idea was even a Marvel character.
Right. Yeah. Like,
but yeah, it's good. It's real good.
I don't know. Like yeah, it's a mobile game, but it really doesn't stop you from playing it. Like you can play like as much as you want, and granted, maybe you don't earn credits after you complete challenges. Like maybe you run out of challenges, but you can still play and like increase your rank. There's no cooldowns on stuff. There's not like, oh, you can only play 5 rounds a day, or you can only play 3 rounds an hour. It's like
yeah, it's like one of the first mobile games that I've ever seen that doesn't constantly like push microtransactions on you.
Mm-hmm.
Like they have like the main screen is just you hit play or whatever, and then they'll have like tip of the day or whatever. He's been playing this whole time. It'll have like it'll have like tip of the day or whatever, and then it might show like the season pass on there. And it's got a whole nother like section for like the microtransaction stuff. So, but none of that's needed at all. Right? Yeah, and it's brilliant. Like it's a card game. You constantly it's brilliant. You upgrade your cards. But I mean, as someone who's probably played, I mean, you have like tons more than I have. Like, you're deep. I mean, I bought the battle pass, but
had to. Did?
Oh yeah, I had to. It's Wakanda, man. Come on.
Yeah, dude, it's a great battle pass.
Yeah, it's fun.
I guess I'm level 44 or level 43 in the battle pass. So I'm getting close to 50.
I think I'm 25 maybe.
Nice. Yeah, so I have like 8 different decks, and I've named them all. Like I've done research.
Oh my god. Okay, so you're super deep.
Like one of them is, and this is my favorite deck right now, but it's my Apocalypse deck, and it's geared around discarding. Do you have Apocalypse, the card?
I don't think I might have him. I'm not sure.
Well, his power is when you discard it from your hand, it goes back into your hand with +4 power.
I do have that card.
I have a bunch of cards that will either discard the highest cost card in my hand or will discard a random card. Nice. So I just keep discarding him, and then I just got Morbius, where he has an ongoing. Yeah, freaking Morbius, right? But he has an ongoing skill that for every card, yeah, for every card I discard, he gets +2 power. So I'm like constantly buffing one of the two of them.
So you're getting the same high that I got from Hearthstone, like just. Yeah, but
dude,
like this game, like I'm telling you, man, like 2-minute matches, it's exactly what like a mobile card game should be. Like Hearthstone, like sometimes it would take like 20 minutes a match, maybe not that much, but too long for me to like take a poop while I'm like at work.
A little
poopy poop. I mean, it's 2 minutes, man. Yeah. 2 minutes and you're in and out. Like
I went to the gym this morning. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you go ahead. Go ahead.
I went to the gym this morning, and like I'll run for 10 minutes, and then I'll like do like an incline walk for another 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And I would just play Marvel Snap while I was doing the walk, and it's like it freaking flies by, dude. And it's so easy to play. Just play with one hand.
Yeah, it's perfect. That's all you need. One hand. It's great. Like I brought my Switch. Like I have to finish Bayonetta 3, and I have to start Mario plus Rabbids. Full intention. Brought my Switch down like twice while we were there. And I was like, let me just get like 2 or 3 matches of Marvel Snap in, and it was like
And then it
20
turns to, like,
later.
5
I'm like, man, whatever. This is better anyways.
Yeah, like yeah, I brought my Switch too. I completely forgot that I had Mario and Rabbids because I was just playing Marvel Snap.
Dude, it's
Like I'm like counting down the minutes until the next tier of the battle pass unlocks, and
It's
I can do my
tomorrow, right?
challenges.
Or is it
No,
tonight?
it's in like 35 minutes.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, this is that game. This is that game, dude.
Yeah, I mean, you texted me and said, can we put mobile games as game of the year? I was like, dude, do whatever you want, man. Do whatever you want.
Yeah. I literally I cannot believe how much I'm enjoying this.
Yeah.
Like this is making me more excited for Marvel movies because I'm gonna see characters and be like, wait, that's Craven from Marvel Snap.
I was excited to get Namor. I was like, yeah, dude, like one of the best Marvel villains ever. Heck yeah.
Yeah.
And then
It's
like
great
all the
too.
variants and stuff. Like, oh, dude, it's just
The pixel variants.
yeah, pixel variants, the baby variants.
Yeah.
Man,
It's amazing.
it feels
It
good.
is- what's your collection level?
Oh god, I'm like, oh, let me bust open Marvel Snap. Like, is that like the green? That's a green thing, right? The green.
Yeah, it's a green one.
Okay. Sorry for the audio listeners here. 148.
Nice.
What are you like? 300?
310.
310. Nice, nice. But yeah, it's a very simple game. Like you just get these cards that do different things, and then you have 3 locations from like the Marvel universe, and they all do something different. You know, whether it's, you know, if you only have 1 card there, it gets like a +5 buff, or if you have no cards there, you get like an extra energy, whatever. So yeah, it's just like endless possibilities. You know, there's been so many times where I've gone in like 100% think I'm gonna win, I snap, and then someone plays something crazy. I'm like, damn it, I forgot about that. So
Yeah, I'm trying to like build a deck for every type of play. Like, you know, like a bunch of cards move
yeah,
when you put them down. Like I'm trying to build one around that. Like it's just fun. It's fun to
Yeah.
try out different styles, and
Yeah.
like when like your deck really works how you want it to. Like when everything comes in order.
Yep.
And you're like, oh my god,
And you
I'm
get
just
you get the
loaded up.
perfect you get the perfect environment or whatever. It's like, oh yes,
Yeah.
I'm snapping, I'm snapping, baby,
Unreal.
I'm snapping. So yeah,
Yeah,
Marvel
this might
Snap.
be my top.
Marvel Snap is very good. Out of nowhere, I heard the Giant Bomb Boys talking about it, and I was like, what is this game? Why is everyone talking about this game?
Yeah.
And then
This is
and then
why.
you convinced me. I was like, I gotta get it. You want to dive into the topic of the week?
Yeah, so we're getting into December.
We're almost
We're
there,
getting
baby.
into Christmas time. You know, everyone's, you know, for those who celebrate Christmas, they're getting their decorations up. They're getting their cozy pants on, sitting by the fireplace, making some hottie chocolate.
The weather
making
outside
hot
is
chocolate,
weather.
some
Let's
big
go.
mug. Weather outside is weather. So with that being on the horizon, Harrison, what is your most anticipated game for December? And second question, do you have a go-to Christmas game or a game that you like to play around Christmas that brings you joy?
Christmas. Okay. I guess for the first part, what else is there other than Callisto? What else is coming out?
There is
There's a sports story, or yeah, sports story,
sports
right?
stories can come.
Which
Callisto.
you're more hyped than I still haven't played Golf Story. I don't know. I'm really looking forward
Marvel-
to the Witcher upgrade. I know that's not necessarily a new
Yeah.
game. I really want to see what. Yeah, I really want to see what that looks like. Obviously Callisto. It's. I mean that could easily sneak into my top 10.
It's up this week.
Depending how
No.
good. Is it this week? No, it's next week.
It's this week. No, it's this Friday.
Is it this Friday? It
Yeah.
comes out. It comes out the 2nd. Is it December
Yeah.
2nd? Oh my god, dude. Oh gosh. Okay. All right.
Pretty high, huh?
Yeah, I gotta finish Bayonetta.
If you don't, just go straight to Callisto.
Oh yeah, I will.
Screw it. Well, you know the little splitsies on this one?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, money, dude.
But I do. Um, yeah. Okay, I'm super excited for the Friday then. Hell yeah.
Yeah. There's the okay. So there's that. There's Marvel Midnight Suns, which is the turn-based game. Oh, not turn-based, but the
Like the tactical.
tactics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not a huge
then
tactics
there's
guy. I thought I would like Gears Tactics more, and maybe I should go back and
yeah.
give it a shot, but I don't know.
I didn't love it,
Yeah.
to be honest. I don't know. I don't love like the super serious tactics games. You know, I'm a little Fire Emblem weeb, so it's,
Yeah. It was Fire Emblem looking real good though, ain't it?
it's pretty good, dude. Honestly, it's looking rather incredible. Just from a gameplay standpoint alone, which is like that's what I care about most, right?
Yeah.
It's like does the combat look cool? And it's looking mighty cool. It's looking mighty fine. The animations are looking great.
Yeah.
Looking at the best they've ever looked. You know, it's on like almost on par with the GBA animations, in my
So
opinion,
good.
which were just like chef's kiss. But yeah, Fire Emblem Engage looking mighty fine. I know it's a little more anime than Three Houses, but I'm excited about just one route. I'm excited about one story to play through, not
Yeah.
having to go through a bunch of stories. Even though I loved Three Houses, it's just
Back to
it's a lot.
basics.
Well, back to basics.
Yeah.
It's good. But yeah, that's January, and then there's one more game, the Final Fantasy
Oh, the
7.
Advent.
What's that called?
something-
Not Advent Children.
No, is that not it? Crisis Core.
Crisis Core.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, those are the main games for December.
Yeah, I would say
The Callisto.
Callisto for sure.
Yeah, same here.
And I don't have like a Christmas game, but my tradition the last couple of years has been when we've been wrapping presents. It's Witcher time, baby, and I watched The Witcher.
Are you gonna do it this year?
I'm doing it. I'm doing it.
You're gonna watch You're gonna watch all 2 seasons.
Oh, I got to, man. I got to.
What are you gonna do when our boy Liam is the Witcher? Are you gonna
Well,
keep
we got
watching, or-
one more season.
Yeah, one more.
One more season, and then I'll watch the Liam stuff. It'll probably be canceled after that.
Yeah.
But there's also another Witcher TV show, a spinoff coming next month too. So I'll be watching that too. Boom. Playing
Well,
The
why
Witcher,
don't you
watching
just
The
watch-
Witcher.
God,
I am The
we're
Witcher.
just hate you. I'm girl.
Oh, that first year, man, when I first like
Because you rewatched it like 3 times, right?
I did, yeah. I watched it. No, I watched it twice in like 1 week. But that was really because like I wasn't following the story well enough, so I had to rewatch
Oh yeah,
it.
you were like doing other stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I was just singing that song, the Toss a Coin.
Coin to your Witcher.
Oh, about. I hope they put that in the because there's gonna be like Witcher TV show DLC or like cosmetics and stuff. So
Is that coming out in December, or is that a separate
no, I think it comes out in December.
DLC? Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for it.
If you don't finish it this time, man, I never want to hear you talk about it again.
I might restart.
You're banned.
All right, let's well, is there a specific Christmas game that you play? Or like a go-to like cozy game that you play?
Not really. I would say I would. I play a lot of like indie games
Yeah.
around the holidays. Like I'll get a lot of like games on discount.
Yeah. I mean, December's like kind of like because there's generally not like Callisto is like pretty big game to release in December. But yeah, generally December for me is like catch up time. Like I'll catch up on game of the year stuff that I may have missed and want to go back and play. Like if I hadn't played Xenoblade, I'd probably be playing it now, going through. But yeah,
Yeah, is there a game that like you feel like you've missed out on that you want to go back to? It can be an indie game or a bigger.
I want to go
title.
back and if we're talking about Xenoblade, I want to go back and do some more side stuff. but I mean, who knows? Like God of War, I want to try to finish up, doing all that side stuff. Pokemon, I want to go back and go through Arceus and get all the Pokemon there. I never did that.
Oh, yeah.
But at this point, I mean, probably not gonna happen.
Oh, but sorry
Go
to cut
ahead.
you off. Hey man, I just want to congratulate you. You made it through Thanksgiving without buying a Pokemon game or
Hey,
without,
so did you.
Hey, round of applause for the bros.
For the Platinum
We
Bros.
didn't buy the most recent Pokemon.
Yeah.
We did it.
Which is a bummer because I hear that the game itself is super fun, but
Yeah.
just the way it plays is terrible. And you know what? They're just not gonna do it to me this year. I'm not, I gave you
Gonna-
$60 for Diamond, for Brilliant Diamond, and you turn around and give me one of the best Pokemon games of all time with Arceus, and then turn around and give us this.
And granted, like Arceus ran pretty bad, but it sounds like
It
this
did.
is just on another level of
Oh,
terrible.
the videos I've seen of like people's like heads spin, like it's horrible. Like this is
Like,
a
how did
this
this
is a $1 billion
cost, right?
company, guys. $1 billion company, and this
And
is
people
what.
are people are blaming the Switch, saying,
Oh
"Oh,
my
we need the
God.
Switch Pro." I'm like, no, you need a better developer.
No, I don't know. I like it's. I don't think they give them enough time. Like, cause they get like 2
Yeah,
years
maybe
to make
that's
these
it.
games, but also, I don't know. I just don't feel like they really have the chops to do.
They did not do the transition to 3D very
Yeah,
well.
I mean,
That was-
really, ever since like, I don't know, like the late 3DS games, like it's been kind of rough around the edges, for me at least. Like there's the Game Boy Color and like Game Boy Advance, those Pokemon games were incredible. And maybe that's where they should lie. I don't know. I know people want their open world Pokemon game, but man, like if they're gonna do it right, they have got to get those animations done because
Mhm.
like it's just unexcusable at this point. I mean, they were the whole big thing about the Pokédex thing, the was it Pokédexit or whatever it was, with Sword and Shield. They said they couldn't do it all because of animations. Well, here we are, 3 games later, and your animations are still just as bad. So
Mhm.
you know, I don't know. I don't know what to believe. All I know is it's a $1 billion franchise, and that's all I'm going to say about that.
It's not the hardware's fault. I'll tell you that much.
No. Again, well, I always go back to Breath of the Wild. Came out. That was a launch game. That was a Wii U game that launched on Switch, and it runs better.
Yeah, and
Granted-
yeah, Xenoblade.
Granted, they have more budget. They did for Zelda, but it's coming up on a 6-year-old game. Like, come on. And Xenoblade looks amazing. It runs great.
And that's arguably more comparable because there are like a lot of monsters in the open world. I mean, there are in Zelda, but like it's a little bit different.
Yeah, I mean, and there's some
Well,
like
that
there's some frame rate issues, like especially like the flying monsters. You can definitely tell that they're like
Oh yeah,
at
they're
7
cut in
or 8
half.
frames per second. But yeah, you got so many good examples. Like if The Witcher can run pretty well on the Switch, like come on, man,
Super playable.
you can't tell me that Pokemon can't.
No,
Nah, you can't.
it's a talent. It's a talent issue. I think.
Yeah, just give them more time.
Coming from, I'm an armchair developer, but
Yeah, give them like 4 years, man. Give them like 4 years to make a really solid Pokemon game and see what they can do with that.
but what's their incentive when
There's
I
not.
went to the news a little bit? It
That's-
sells 10 million in 3 days. It's Nintendo's best-selling game of all time. Like, or best.
That's what I'm saying.
or
There is no
fastest-selling game.
there is no incentive. There's no incentive. But
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of bad word of mouth, like on Twitter. Like, you know, even like IGN gave it like a 6. You know, so I think it's starting to shift. Like money wise, no. Like sales wise, no. But the perception of Pokemon is definitely, I've seen a change this go around. But from what I hear, like the stuff that they have in the game is fun. You know, but
just patch it. Just
Yeah.
make it run.
make it, and
You
it's
know,
and
it's
the
like-
games are just so ugly too. Like they're just so
Yeah,
bad
there's no
looking.
denying it at this point.
Yeah, you know.
Like, I had my hopes back in February when this was announced, but
Yeah.
yeah, at this point, like I don't know. I don't know.
I'll check out the
But great
next
for.
the next Legends game just because like I like that format better than
Mhm.
Scarlet and Violet or typical traditional Pokemon. But yeah, I don't know. It sucks because I grew up playing Pokemon and now I'm starting to see the thread between the you know whatever the seams,
Seeing the cracks in
seeing the cracks in the whatever
the wall,
in the foundation
in the whatever.
in the whatever.
So yeah,
Uh,
that sold 10 million in 3 days, which is just like absolutely crazy. I mean that I don't know. I don't know what game could possibly sell better than this one at this point.
Zelda maybe?
No,
You don't
I
think
don't
so?
think so. No, I
I don't know,
think
man.
people heard World Pokemon and jumped on it. I don't know if a new Zelda could top it. I think it'll do like God of War numbers. I think it'll do so. Our other story is that God of War sold 5.1 million in its first week, and it's the fastest selling PlayStation exclusive.
Which was hilarious, by the way, because they announced that, and then Pokemon was like, "Hold my beer. Here's my." That's just,
Imagine your game a quarter of the budget, but sold twice as much.
I know, I know.
In
Again, I always hate to dog on PlayStation fanboys, but actually, no, I love it. I love it. I love it. But I'm sure they were just shitting bricks whenever they heard that news. They're like, "God, we can't get a win."
as long as it's not Xbox, it's not a loss for Sony.
Yeah,
So they're fine. They're fine. But yeah, great week for both PlayStation and Nintendo in terms of sales numbers.
yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. Good. Well deserved for God of War. Not so much for Pokemon from what I've heard, but
Yeah, what can you do?
maybe they'll patch it. Probably not.
We're lucky if we get a patch. So
Yeah.
here's 30 net balls. go at it.
We're sorry.
We're
Here's two
sorry.
great balls.
But even
Why are you
like
so
so
shitty?
even like the best part about Pokemon Arceus is like having the little shiny indicator, like all the stars, like and stuff, and like the sound. They took that away. They don't have that anymore. And like
Yeah.
even like I've
Mhm.
heard that it's even really hard to even see some of the shiny variants because of like the way the game like the saturation and color. I don't know.
Not a pretty game.
Yeah, it's ugly.
Not a pretty game.
Speaking of, well, on the opposite end of the spectrum, which is very pretty, which is the Super Mario movie coming out. We're getting a trailer tomorrow. We're getting a direct.
Great segue.
And yeah, thank you. I really had to work for that one. Um, yeah, Super Mario movie direct. We're getting trailer number 2. There's no video game announcement in this direct. They
Don't
they,
even think about it.
they specifically said it, so I'm sure YouTube will be wild with whatever.
With
But
Breath of the Wild or whatever it is.
are you excited, Nick?
Tears of the
I'm excited.
Yeah,
I want to hear more.
they're like. I guess they're gonna reveal Peach,
Okay.
and it looks like Luigi probably gonna get revealed as well. But
Get some
Dude,
like voice get some voice lines
pumped.
in the trailer.
yeah, I'm excited. I thought the first trailer was so great. I thought it was amazing.
Yeah.
So I'm pumped. I think if the last trailer didn't turn people over, I think this one probably will.
What if what if they turn like an octave up for Chris Pratt, like his voice like went back in like production was like, all right guys, we gotta fix this. It's a me Mario.
It's a
Uh,
me and Mario.
Dude, I will that will never be not funny to me is that stupid Instagram video of it's a me. Oh, that's not the voice, guys. It's the voice. Oh, it's so good,
It's
dude.
me and Mario. Come on, guys. You know that's not the voice.
Oh, I love it, dude. I love it. I love it. Yeah, so
Just
that's
so
coming out tomorrow.
cool.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
excited. I think a lot of people thought it was going to air at the Game Awards, so
That's what we thought.
yeah. So maybe that just means hopefully we get a new Zelda trailer, like an official, like like an actual, like a really long trailer, like 2 minutes. That'd be fantastic.
It's been too long since Nintendo's had a big presence at the Game Awards. I think it's time for them to to have like another big thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. or Metroid.
Yeah, I mean, when is the? That's on the 8th. Okay, so we'll on Monday, next Monday we'll do our predictions for that.
Oh man, it's been so long since we've done a good predictions
Yeah,
podcast.
I know we don't get a lot of opportunities anymore.
Well, we don't get a lot right, so it
Yeah, this
doesn't
is true.
matter.
Yeah, we get almost nothing right.
Yeah, but it'll be fun.
Go
Yeah,
listen to our Nintendo, the last Nintendo, the main one. Yeah, it was nothing.
and next direct, I'm putting all farming games on my bingo card.
Yes. Ugh, God. Dude, if they would have came out on like the indie direct, whatever, it was just like a bunch of farming games.
I would have never watched a direct live again.
Never ever. And then what's this last one, Nick? I didn't catch the story.
So Callisto comes out this week, but the review embargo doesn't go up until launch day. So we won't see reviews until the game is officially out.
Is it EA publishing this?
No.
Who
This
is
is
it?
like a new company. Shit.
Callisto Protocol.
Let me see.
Publishers is Krafton and
Strike-
Bluehole Inc.
The developer is Striking Distance
Striking
Studios,
Distance,
and
yeah.
it's led by Glenn Schofield, who
Co-created Dead
co-created the
Space.
Dead Space series.
Yeah, but published by Krafton and Blue. I'm not sure who those are. Yeah, I mean that's not a great sign typically in like the video game industry. Like, you know, typically people think they have a dud on their hands. They don't do it. I think Sonic was the case too. They didn't do it, which I think Sega for the most part does that. But I think this game is going to be pretty good. I don't really have any worries about it at all.
Yeah. Krafton has a weird history. Like they've only published a few games. One of them was PUBG Mobile.
Well,
Another
they
one
are in
was-
the PUBG universe. Well, they're not anymore, I don't think, but
Wait, was that in the PUBG universe?
it was initially set. Yeah, when they announced it, it said part of the PUBG universe.
Are you serious?
You look it up, bro. Yeah. And then I think they denounced that. They said no, not anymore.
Oh yeah, the studio itself was created to expand the PUBG universe
Yeah.
by creating a narrative-driven game. When did
December
that?
2nd.
Okay,
They got announced a few years ago,
So-
or a couple years ago.
yeah. Okay, Schofield stated that the game had grown to be its own story and is no longer connected to PUBG.
Yeah.
Though there remain small nods to the game.
Yeah, I'm sure they had stuff already planned
That's
or whatever.
so weird.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. You know, I hope it's a really good game. You know, if not, you know, we got Dead Space in January. We got Resident Evil 4 in what, March? When does that come
I
out?
think March or April.
I want to say April now that you said that. Resident Evil 4.
Oh no, you're right. March 24th.
March 24th. Okay, awesome.
A lot of horror games
Yeah,
coming up.
yeah,
Pretty good.
yeah. We got
We're eating good.
we got October Scorn. You know, that was a game of the year, or a game of 2022.
That was a game of the year.
Oh,
This wasn't
Scorn.
the game of the year.
No.
Oh, sometimes.
But it was a good year for games. I think a lot of people will look back on it and think that it wasn't, but I think we had some solid stuff. If you are a variety gamer, I think there's a lot of stuff to play this year.
In 2022.
Yeah,
Yeah. No, there was a lot. Like, there's a ton of good stuff this year.
I know a lot of stuff got pushed or whatever, but I don't know if I would have had time to play everything. Like, there's so much that
Oh.
I got backed up on that. Yeah, I don't know.
We've always had something to play.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it's been a solid year. Next year is gonna be crazy if it comes
all
to
pans
fruition.
out.
Yeah, if it pans out. But yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, it's gonna be good stuff. I'm
Um,
excited.
yeah. So yeah, next week we'll do predictions for the Game Awards. I'm sure we'll have um, what's his face?
Jeff Keighley.
Well, Jeff Keighley. What's
Oh, the guy from
Metal Gear
It
Solid?
Takes Two.
Yeah, we'll have him from
Oh, Hideo
Fulbright.
Kojima.
We'll have Hideo. He'll be talking about his podcast again. There'll be a 15-minute segment with that and a bunch
And
of
The Rock will
ads.
show up.
Dude, if The Rock is at all present during the Game Awards, I'm shutting it off. I'm just playing. That was such bad. That was so bad. Like, in the
What was he
gym,
promoting?
Black Adam and like his energy drink,
Oh, Zoa.
and then something else. I don't know. Probably his tequila. I don't know. It was so weird.
Probably.
So weird. Like, hey, The Rock, can you shoot a video, like a minute ad space? Yeah, I got you, bro.
Let me just pop up my phone real quick.
The Rock, were you at the gym? Yeah. Where else would I be?
Here at my home gym.
At my home gym.
Zoa energy drink.
Yeah, I'm gonna polish off the night with a nice glass of tequila, whatever his tequila's called. The Rock's fine. I like The Rock. But yeah, we'll do the predictions next week. We'll be going live with the Game Awards on next Thursday. And then we'll probably do a God of War spoiler cast at some point. And then when am I gonna do Game of the Year? Do you want to do that? Like, I've got the whole week off at the end of the year. I mean, so we could do it the Monday after Christmas if you want, or if you wanted to wait until like January to do it, we can, to give us extra time.
Yeah, maybe
We can play it by ear. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, we'll play by ear. See if like there are any games that we want to wrap up.
Yeah. Okay. Sweet. Awesome. All right, guys. Well, we appreciate everyone listening. If you guys can give us a review on your favorite podcasting platform, bad review, good review, it all helps.
Whatever you're feeling.
Yeah, whatever you're feeling, man. Whatever you're feeling. But hopefully everyone came back from a great Thanksgiving, refreshed, and all that good stuff. Nick, where can they follow us on our stuff?
If you want to follow us on Twitter at GamingWTBros. If you want to email us, you can email us at gamingwiththebros@yahoo.com. You can email us any questions and we'll answer them on the podcast. If you want to follow us on Instagram or TikTok.
Wait, what's that TikTok?
Or TikTok at GamingWithTheBrosCast. And then all those links are right down the freaking description, man.
Yep.
Right down there.
Yeah, man. It's all down below. It's all down below. Just click on it. All right, guys. We will see y'all back with our regularly scheduled program next Monday.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Whew. Feels good. Another one in the book.
Good, man.
Another one in the book. God of War, man. God of War's good.
Yeah, I'm not gonna play any tonight.
You got like maybe an hour and a half left.
Okay. Is the final boss hard?
No, it's pretty epic. I know I said it was underwhelming, but like everyone that's with you, it makes it cool. But as far as like an overall ending to Ragnarok, it's kind of underwhelming. But
yeah, because I'm like expecting like a big ass war.
but yeah, you get your war. You'll get your war.
I want my war.
You get to want the war.
Okay. Oh man, how's that all gonna happen in an hour and a half?
It as long as the game ends, they wrap Ragnarok up super quick. Super quick.
Okay, so like now that we're not recording,
Yeah.
I'm at the point where like where me and Atreus are going